Hello, I'm Simon Whistler. You're watching Today I Found Out, and in the video today we're looking at why continental breakfasts are called continental breakfasts. Many hotels offer guests a free breakfast consisting of muffin, coffee, cereal, milk, toast, bagel, and at some, even scrambled eggs and make-your-own waffles. Born in the Gilded Age, today's continental breakfasts reflect the West's transition from a mostly agrarian culture to an industrial and, today, service society. In the first part of the 19th century, as many rural Americans had greater wealth and access to a larger variety of foods, a typical family breakfast would include a meat, eggs, fish, bread, cereal, fruit, and any variety of condiments, including butter, jam, and maple syrup. Common meats throughout the states included bacon, sausage, and ham. Cereal grains such as grits and oats were also popular, as were many different types of breads, including pancakes and biscuits. A hefty intake of calories, these hearty breakfasts were a necessity for the hard-working American farm family of the first half of the 19th century. Over the latter part of the 19th and early quarter of the 20th centuries, the West, and in particular America, increasingly became urbanized. From 1870 to 1920, the population of American cities grew from 10 million to 54 million, and many of these people were a part of the growing middle class. While these shopkeepers, dentists, accountants, and merchants may have put in long hours, they certainly weren't exerting the same physical energy as their agrarian forebears. Needing fewer calories, the traditional American heavy breakfast eventually fell out of fashion. Also at this time, continental Europeans were traveling the world and bringing their taste preferences with them. And this brings us to the British and the traditional British fry-up. Alternately known also as the fry, full English, and even the full Monty, a traditional English breakfast has both sausage and bacon, eggs, fried bread, literally a slice of bread fried in either lard, butter, or bacon fat, sliced fresh tomato, and baked beans. In addition, many purveyors of this Matterhorn of breakfasts also offer additional pudding. This isn't jello, but rather a sausage made from oats and pork fat, with or without pig's blood. They also offer kidneys, beef or lamb, kippers, that's smoked herring, sautéed mushrooms, and of course, fried potatoes. Appalled by this heavy British breakfast, the Europeans helped the British create a modest first meal, frequently consisting merely of coffee or tea, pastry, as well as fruit. By 1855, this was being referred to as the continental breakfast. Europeans, they were also touring America and staying in her hotels. Frequently the primary, if not only source of meals for a tourist, American hotels soon began adjusting their fare to meet the tastes and expectations of their European customers. The American middle class, some of whom also toured Europe and were exposed to the practice over there as well, soon also preferred the smaller meal, and thus the continental breakfast became an American staple. The term continental referred to more than just the dishes served. It also described its pricing. Traditional American hotels were more like boarding houses, where meals were included in the price of a room. On the other hand, European hotels offered rooms and meals a la carte. As Europeans toured America and Americans toured Europe, soon hotel patrons in the US were opting out of most hotel meals, although breakfast was still desired. To accommodate these changing tastes, the continental model of room pricing, where breakfast was included with the cost of the room, came about. Not every member of the Gilded Age, though, was pleased with the new fad, as one sad and hungry person noted in Harper's Weekly in 1896. In old days, a hungry man could get more things to eat. Hungry men have declined in numbers and influence. No one but the autocrat ever talked much at the Old Star breakfast, for the viands were too tempting. Great beefsteaks, hot rolls, buckwheat cakes, omelets, potatoes, coffee, and even pie. So I really hope you found that video interesting. If you did, do hit that thumbs up button below, and don't forget to subscribe for brand new videos every day of the week. Also, I'd like to take this moment to thank our patrons on Patreon. If you're interested in supporting us, it really helps us in making these daily videos. Please do consider heading over to patreon.com/TodayIFoundOut. There's a link in the description below. People who help us out also get loads of cool perks from this channel, from us. We send them to you, some of them digital, some of them physical objects. I've showed posters in previous episodes, all of that cool stuff you can find at patreon.com/TodayIFoundOut. And as always, thank you for watching.